I have a massive fear that no one actually likes me. Rather, everyone is just politely tolerating me, hoping I leave them alone. Like if you ignore me once, just one time, I will automatically assume that I annoy you, and instantly force myself into don't speak unless spoken to mode. One moment I'm fine, and the next I'm convinced I'm unfit for any human relationship.
It doesn't matter how proud you are. You need to remember that with the right storytelling, you will always be a villain in somebody else's story. So at least be a memorable one. You know, I'm tired of social media and pop culture dictating that you need to be a good person 100% of the time in order to receive good things in life. It's honestly very annoying because let's be honest with each other. All of these celebrities and influencers have no idea what being good is all about. In fact, most of them do evil things all the time. And in my honest opinion, I think that being good is a overrated action to partake on these days. For example, most of the people watching this video are not good, but they think they are, simply because they think that the world is black and white. Meaning that if you are not good, it automatically means that you're evil, but that's not the case, because the world is not black and white. It never has been black and white, it never will be. One example of this is when you don't give money to the homeless person begging on the street. If the world was truly black and white, then by definition itself, you will be considered evil. But you're not evil. You just don't want to give your hard-earned money to some poor vagabond that is probably dying of hunger and thirst. You know, something I want to talk about in this video is the delusion and illusion of a good society. Because let me tell you something, society might be many things, but good is not one of them. Well, at least not right now. But let me give you an example of the reality most of us face. You are constantly surrounded by evil corporations and banking institutions that seek to drain you of all of your money in every given second of every day. Apart from that, the reality is that most Americans can't even afford a $500 emergency. So there is a extremely high probability that if you're watching this video, it means that you are either broke or will be soon. So by definition itself, society is crueler than you think. Oh, and before I move on, keep in mind that I didn't even mention all the unhinged, out-of-pocket and extremely nefarious things all of these companies have done in the past. Because if I did, this video will be taken down. But all I'm trying to say is that this world is a truly dark place, filled with corruption, violence, and pain. Deep down you know this, but you won't fully accept it because society and media have brainwashed you into thinking that the world is a nice place to live in, when it's actually not. But now let's move to part 2 of this video, Tides of Good and Evil. You know, lately I seen a big change in people's morality. Instead of becoming better, they're becoming worse. And honestly, I don't blame them. The economy is horrible, bills are high, mortgages and rent are extremely overpriced. Literally everything nowadays costs an arm and a leg, and all of this is happening while you're still getting paid the same misery every month. What this means is that you don't have any other choice but to live above your means, and this, my friend, is how criminals are made. Think about it. How would you feel if you worked over 10 hours each day and still struggle to pay bills and basic human necessities? I'm willing to bet that you will feel pretty depressed and disappointed on yourself, not to mention the stress of never having enough money to make payments on things that you need, such as your house, your car, and other basic human necessities. And this is exactly why some people turn to crime. It's easy to make a lot of money when you don't really care about the consequences of legality and morality. And to be 100% honest, I don't mind nor care. And you know why that is? Well, the answer is simple. Everybody knows that big companies and wealthy people commit countless amounts of crimes daily and never get punished for it. So why would you get punished when you do the same? But that's not to say that I condone crime, because I don't. I am highly against physical crimes such as murder and other graphic crimes like that. But apart from those type of crimes, I really don't care, simply because crime will never stop. Look at things from my perspective for a second. You can donate $1 billion into law enforcement all around the world, and crime might go down for a few years, but eventually it's gonna pick back up and it's gonna be worse than before. But now picture giving $1 billion into educational systems and low income housing. I am pretty sure that crime is gonna go down down significantly because poor people will have other options rather than just stealing in order to survive. Because the more options you give somebody to better their life financially, decreases the likelihood that they will become a criminal in the future. But now let's move on to part 3 of this video, the conclusion. I want to end this video by being 100% honest with you. The point of this video is to showcase that in reality most people are not good nor evil, they are just average. But in the end, I'm literally no one to tell you this. I am not God, but I am a observer of society, even though I don't participate on it, simply because I don't really see humanity in this society. Everything is profit motivated and nihilistic nowadays. There is no empathy nor basic human understanding, not anymore. For example, we care more about catching and persecuting criminals instead of preventing them in the first place. The reality is that you don't care about what makes a criminal partake in such actions because you have the simple inability to put yourself on other people's shoes, in turn preventing us from growing as a person. And that's why we have so many adults behaving like kids nowadays, because they don't grow up mentally. But to finally end this video, I can say that being bad is not a good thing because karma will catch up with you eventually. And being good is not a good thing because you're gonna get used like a puppet by everyone. But the real question is, what should you be, good or evil? And the answer is very simple. The answer is that you can do whatever you want. You don't have to take my advice nor opinions. You are a grown person with a brain between your ears. Think for yourself and be proud of the choices you made, even if they are wrong, and even if you regret them. You have one life, so don't let society nor people influence who you want to be. But that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you for watching, and see you people next time. Goodbye.
Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on! Ah! Yes!